Hello, this is CrazyMan7777 here, and today we have a double review of the UNSC Fireteam Venom set and the UNSC Fireteam Crimson set. We will jump straight into that. Alright, so first we have Fireteam Venom site. Fireteam Venom is green for obvious purposes, and we have a little bit of new things to look at here. First in my list of weird things is the interestingly colored purple plants on the ground. I've never seen these before, and I've never seen these before in a Halo game, except for maybe Spartan Assault. So I don't know what's with these, but they look pretty cool. We have Fireteam Venom's little flag staff right there for CTF if we want to use it for that. We have a little sandbag wall that you can see around here, very nicely built. We have something that is not in Halo 4, and which is a mounted missile pod that can be detached. And I don't know where my detachment things are, but it can be held like a turret. And then we have a thing that is impossible to open, that I will open anyway, with a strangely colored railgun in it that came with this set for some reason, so I put it in here because it would just kind of be funny. And then, lastly, we have we also have some structure, and then lastly we have the thing that Halo Mega Bloks has been using for a thruster pack, which is, or a jet pack, which is basically just a clear stand that you can put your troops on. So, this is a little bit of a nice set. I like the setup. I think it's interesting. I honestly think that these sets are for Halo Mega Bloks to showcase their new stuff, and I think that's pretty great. So then, we will look at the Crimson Team one, which, interestingly enough, the Crimson Team one seems to have a little bit more to go off, which I find weird that this set would have more than the other set, even though they cost exactly the same. But, you know, that's Halo Mega Bloks for you. They do it all the time. So, like I said, this one has more items that come with it, personally, at least in my opinion. So, we have a little bit of a nice little forearm structure right here, very Halo 4-ish. I will compare these things to the actual game in Halo 4, because that is obviously what these are based off of. More purple plants that I don't understand, a little purple tree that I don't understand. Turret that is detachable from Halo Reach. They've been using the Halo Reach one ever since. It's nice looking, and it's the exact same one as the Halo 4 one, because Halo 4 was uncreative enough not to be able to come up with a new turret for the UNSC. So, and then we have a little bit of a Jersey barrier here, something interesting. Not very many of these that have been made in sets, and it's nice to see that we have one now. Then we have the flag stand, once again, with a little bit of an interesting thing, a little bit more interesting than the Fireteam Venom one. Fireteam Crimson seems to have a little wolf head and then scratches across his shield in the back, where Fireteam Venom just had this cobra. And then we have another one of these jetpack or thruster pack stands, which is nice, but honestly, it's kind of hard to get them on these figures. I'll show you guys a little bit. And then we have a little crate to put the extra stuff in. So this has the extra items for everything, both these sets in it. There are a lot of grenades that come with this set. So if you want a bunch of grenades, then buy either of these sets. The Crimson one comes with these green grenades, and the Venom one comes with these weird gray grenades that are at the bottom right now. It also comes with a target locator, and that just fell straight out, and one of those non-working assault rifles from one of the previous sets that I did, the elephant. It's weird. They've started to make these assault rifles that don't fit in the figure's hands, and I don't like it. I don't know why they do that. They started doing that a long time ago, but there haven't been nearly as many in one set as there have been in that elephant set. Thankfully, only the Fireteam Crimson one comes with a non-working assault rifle, so, still nice army building, all that good stuff. For some reason, like I said, Fireteam Crimson has way too many pieces compared to Fireteam Venom. So then we will look at the figures. So what's pretty cool about these sets that I've already mentioned is that they are indeed pretty much just for Halo Mega Bloks to showcase new items and new armor that they don't really have to put anywhere in any other sets. So we end up with these sets that are just for that. I would have to say that if you wanted like a green army of death, then this is definitely a green or a red army of death, and these sets are definitely for you. I personally will not buy very many more. I'd rather just have the little fire team with the 5 people that isn't possible in actual fire teams in Halo 4. I think this is supposed to be off Spartan Ops. That's probably how come there's those weird colored leaves that are in these sets. And I would have to agree that the Spartan Ops was a little bit interesting, and I think it had interesting environments, although the story itself was pretty terrible. Everything else was terrible. And also, I don't understand why there's... if these are based off of fire teams and the whole thing, then I don't know why there's 5, because in Halo 4 you can't even play with 5 people in Spartan Ops. Just saying, Halo Mega Bloks. Although, really, they are giving us another free figure then, if I think about it, which I'm pretty fine with. The only thing that I have to say is that, of course, as I always say, they chose Halo 4, which automatically docks a point because Halo 4 looks terrible. These, however, do not look nearly as terrible as the actual game, but it still reminds me of playing Halo 4. Ugh, I don't want to think about it. Anyway, enough talking without touching. First we have the Aviator Spartan, which is probably one of the lesser of the interesting Spartans that you will come across in Halo 4. And one thing that's also very interesting to mention about this set is these two sets is that the Halo Mega Bloks did actually go down to every last detail to pick the aviator helmet, chest, arms, shoulders, knee pads, and thighs. So this is every part as aviator as you can get in a Halo 4, and boy does it look terrible. It's definitely not one of the strongest armors in Halo, and I would not recommend wearing it unless you're an idiot. Next, we have an even worse armor that takes even longer to get, Oceanic. Now, this one, I will have to say it's a little bit of a creative liberty that 343 came up with this helmet. I think it's very interesting, and I think that it would be kind of cool DLC to go with the steampunk skin pack that for the weapons. But if they had done it that way, it would be kind of funny. But honestly, other than that, it's not really a functional looking armor. It just looks like a 1800s diver that for some reason is in Halo 4. Then we have Scout, which honestly 343 did not screw up Scout very badly. Everything about it is pretty good, except for the shoulders. I don't really understand why it has these giant shield shoulders. Maybe it's because they were thinking that like when they run around then they have larger shoulders to get hit, but that's not really how Halo has ever worked, so I don't really understand that. Halo Reach kind of tried that with their giant commando shoulders and security shoulders, and honestly it worked pretty well, but 343 didn't really do very well with this. Once again, every single part of this figure is Scout, and there's not really anything more interesting. There's not really a better figure for Halo 4, good armor in Halo 4 than this. Then we have something that actually does not look half bad in Halo Mega Bloks. This armor, I think this is Enforcer. No, this is Commando. Yeah, this is Commando. This Commando armor looks terrible compared to the one in Halo Reach, but it actually does not look half bad on a Halo Mega Bloks figure. I'll have to say I'm starting to like it. And Halo 4 looks terrible. That's pretty much what I have to say. Then we have the Gugner, which is totally how you pronounce that for sure. And I don't know what's with these shoulders. These shoulders don't exist in Halo 4, so I don't know what's with that. The rest of this is definitely Gugner, even down to the last detail of the face looking like a dinosaur. Just look at that. Oh, come on, focus. Aha. Look at it. Yes, once you see this as the mouth, and then up here as the eyes, you will never unsee the dinosaur. It's pretty hilarious. Anyway, then we have the red team, or Crimson, that you actually play in Halo 4. And honestly, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more variety in Crimson, but no, we can't have that. So first we have Mark 6, which doesn't look half bad in Halo 4, I'll have to say. Probably one of the better, if not the best, second to Scout or third to Scout. I would definitely say that Halo 4 definitely nailed Mark 6, looking a lot better than any previous game. I have to say Halo 3 is probably the worst for Mark 6, in my opinion. We have another Scout Spartan. And then we have a Recruit Spartan. This is the third Recruit Spartan that has existed in a set. I would buy this set if you really wanted Recruit, because honestly, Recruit is probably the best. I know that I've been saying a lot of things are the best in Halo 4, but this is probably one of the better armors in Halo 4. I don't really have a list for Halo 4. That's how come I just keep saying that these are good armor combinations. Which, by the way, armor combinations in Halo 4 almost any armor combination in Halo 4 looks terrible. Because 343 only thought about the armor being able to match itself. So, like, having two different shoulders looks absolutely terrible in Halo 4. I find ironic, since Halo Reach was the first game that I truly thought mastered the ability to have different armor, all kinds of different pieces of armor on to make it look great. It's definitely a step back, but this Recruit armor, you know what, I'm going to go out and say it, Recruit armor is definitely the best in Halo 4. This is my #1 armor in Halo 4, and I can't believe that they could come up with such terrible pieces of armor to come after it. Alright, then we have Orbital, which I think it's called Orbital. Not quite sure anymore. This is what used to be EVA. Yeah, it's terrible. And then we have Enforcer. So, all the guns that came with this set have been used on those figures. There's actually quite a large variety of guns that come with this set. These are all of them for the Crimson. And then, I don't know where oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I was using that as a stand for the iPad. And then we have the Fireteam Venom ones. And honestly, these are not that bad gun choices. I have no issue with it. And they gave us a little thing to put the rest of them in. And I don't know why there's gray grenades. It's still kind of bothering me. But anyway, I will give these sets, since these are two small sets, I will give them a 10. It will be out of 10. I would give this one probably an 8 out of 10 because I think this is a really great way for, I encourage this, I think this is a really great way for Halo Mega Bloks to showcase their new figures and be able to not put Halo 4 be able to put Halo 4 figures in a set that's specifically for Halo 4 instead of putting them in my Halo Reach or Halo Wars sets where I get pissed off if there's Halo 4 stuff in them. And then, you know, they actually had good weapon choice, which was amazing, since usually Halo Mega Bloks is probably one of the worst companies I know for putting the wrong weapons with the wrong figures. And I like how they haven't used Halo Reach, how they use Halo Reach shotguns, since those are my favorite. And honestly, those probably look the most realistic of any shotgun in Halo. And I also like how they're using, I also like how they managed to make sure that this is the Halo 3E assault rifle, just like in Halo 4. And I also am a fan of the fact that we have more flags and more stands and more flag stands. And these little purple plants, I just love them. I don't know why. They're kind of fun. One of the first Jersey barriers we've seen, the third, I'm sorry, I blanked out there. The third recruit Spartan that we've seen, so I'd get it fast if I were you, because otherwise you'll never see him again. I always love it when they give me crates, so that's great. I mean, this specific Crimson part of these two sets is probably the best part. The Venom part, I think, has more unique figures. I think that's what they were Halo Mega Bloks was trying to go for. But honestly, the unique figures from Halo 4 are pretty terrible. So I would just give this one an 8 out of 10. It gets -2 points because each set is from Halo 4, but each set gets -1 point, so it's -2 points in total. But other than that, I'd say that this is pretty challenging to make interesting, just to sell a bunch of figures in one set, and it works pretty well. So I will see you guys next time for another double review, I do believe. And then for a regular review, and then for a giant-ass review of things that will be shown later. Bye.